Hello.
What up?
I thought you were gonna go with Wagwan.
I was about to. I was halfway there, and then I remembered what my wife said yesterday.
Was it not to say Wagwan anymore?
Pretty much that,
Okay, cool.
and all other language that I use when I'm in Croydon.
And same should go for you, ladies. We should absolutely use the Queen's English.
We should be promoting good language and articulation. I apologise for my inept behaviour and words.
So, Sarah wanted to do a bit of a more trickier question. It's asking us to work out the length of AC to 1 decimal place. So we've got a trapezium underneath. And I've specifically kind of not said what we're doing at the moment, what the topic is that we're doing. So how would you know what to use?
So the topic is on Pythagoras and trigonometry, so it's one of the two, which predominantly, is always about right angle triangles. So at some point we're probably going to have to split this up so we can see one.
So at the moment, as you said, there are no right angle triangles. So why don't we...
I don't know if you remember some of our clips from last year where we used to decide, and you got quite annoyed. So I'd be like, is it an angle? Is it not? Go back. There's a few.
I will.
A few with 3D
blast
trigonometry
from the past.
or 3D Pythagoras.
All right, so here we go. We've got a roughly right-angled triangle there.
There we go.
There you go. My line drawing skills are absolute rubbish. Could do better.
Always, but that's okay.
Okay, cool. So, in my triangle, I know I've got the hypotenuse. I don't really have much else information. So what do I do?
Yeah, so I think the first thing is looking at what they want. So they want the length of AC, which is the diagonal that goes... I don't know if my finger will work on this. Probably not, isn't it? If we just highlight the two...
So, yeah.
So if we just... If we were to... There we go. So we want a line that goes between those two. And eventually we'll find out that it will form a right angle triangle with D. So what would be nice is that the line that you've drawn this across by B, we could work that length out.
Yeah.
So if we can work out the length between B and the right hand side, then that will also be the same length between C and D. And that will come in handy. Yeah. So should we try and do that? But like you said, we only know the 13 centimeters, but there is information to know more.
Yeah. So we know that this bit here is the same as this.
Yep.
So it has to be 7.
Yep.
And I know that my whole line is 10.
Yep.
So I need to add 3 more then, I think.
Dwa!
Correct me. It is a calculator paper, isn't it?
Yeah, I was struggling there. I'll put it away though.
Okay. So then that means that bit has to be 3. And let's take that 10 off so we don't confuse people. So
now we got 2 lengths and we said we're going to work out a third length. So what are we going to use, Miss?
I don't know. Is it
Well, I wasn't prepared
the
for
calculator?
that. I wasn't ready. We do need to calculate at some point. And we need a new maths teacher by the sounds of things. So we said trigonometry always involves an angle.
Yeah.
No angle here. No angle here.
Yep.
So we'll go through with Pythagoras.
Let's Pythagoras this.
Okay. So we're going to work out the length at the bottom. Is it a long side, miss, or a short side?
Well, it looks quite long, sir.
It does look quite long. Is it longer than the longest side? How do we reckon? Well, we said before, isn't it? We recognise the longest side by being opposite a right angle.
Yes. So it's not. It's adjacent, if you will, to the right
adjacent.
angle triangle. But we're not going to get into that. We don't need it. Again, we're just doing lengths. We're not doing angles.
Cool.
So we've got the hypotenuse, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
That's the hypotenuse. And we're trying to work out one of the shorter sides.
Yeah.
So, sir, you said that your girls would be able to do this?
Yeah, we said if we're we thought of it as 2 ways. So are we working out the long side or the short side? If it's the long side, then we square add. If it's one of the short sides, then we square subtract.
Okay, so would you say that then as a squared is equal to the longest side squared, take away one of the short sides squared,
That'll do.
and you guys didn't see that. Okay, just close your eyes for like briefly, 2 seconds.
I know that. So
Thank
13
you, sir.
squared, take away 3 squared.
Okay, so let's do our, sir, would you be my calculator?
169. I feel like I'm getting tested.
Can we make sure that, ladies, we calculate everything? Yes, in our exam. I don't know how many of us are masters of the 13 times tables, like Mr. Saint seems to
Apparently,
be.
I'm just the
Showing
only
off.
one.
You are
Yeah,
showing
I'm the
off,
only one.
literally.
Yeah. So square root of, a squared is equal to 60,
So
160.
A squared equals to, then we do our 169, take away 9. If need be, we use our calculators. But Sir is just on
I
a
can do
showing off spree.
the 13 times table, but I can't do that one. So how do we get a by itself, miss?
We square root, because that's the opposite of squaring. So A is equal to the square root of 160. That's 12.649. So I like to give my answers to a bit more accuracy than the question is asking for. I think this is sufficient. Usually I say one more than what the question is asking for.
Yeah, you do, isn't it? Yeah.
But I think it's not too much to write. So we've worked out that this side actually is 12.619.
Cool.
Okay.
Now let's draw an AC.
Oh, I completely forgot what the question was.
Do you think they've fallen asleep as well?
I'm sorry, guys. Are you still there? Okay. So this is what they're actually asking us to do. AC. This fantabulous fuchsia. Why don't we highlight it as well?
So another right angle triangle,
Mm-hmm.
where D is the 90-degree angle.
Yeah. So I always like to take them to the side. I don't know if you've noticed, and sketch them again.
Take
just
it to
on
the
their own.
side.
So the base of this triangle would be 12.649. The height of the triangle would be 10, because I'm using the whole side AD. And I'm trying to work out what, sir?
AC, which looks like that side opposite the right angle.
So that's my right angle there. So that's my hypotenuse. So this means I'm going to be adding, isn't it?
Mm.
So I'm going to do 10 squared plus 12.649 squared. That equals to our C squared.
Yeah.
Sir?
So are you happy for me to just square this, or do you want me to do six? Shall I do 12.649?
I think whatever it is you told the girls, that's
Okay,
what we
so
should do.
12.649 squared plus 10 squared.
Okay, so C squared equals to 259.997201.
Nice. Just keep going up the page. And then at this point, I said they can use the answer button with certain things like this and trig.
Mhm.
So if we're going to square root this answer, then we can press square root
Yeah,
and then
perfect.
answer
So
to get a nice accurate answer.
square root of answer.
So if you're in a different class and you don't use the answer button's pretty cool. It allows you to write down or use the last number in your calculator. So get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get recognized. Okay, I'm going back to Croydon. So if we press
I'm trying to
equals,
think of something that could rival recognize, but I don't think
I think let's go with recognize.
anything else on the level.
It's very
So-
strong and powerful and to the point.
Mm.
Recognize. So there's the answer.
So 16.1244. So 16.1244. 287. It's asking us for 1 dp.
We are going to go for the first number after the decimal point.
So we've got 16 point. The 1 is the first digit after the decimal point. What's the 2 telling us to do to the 1?
It's telling us it's going to stay as a 1 and we finish this clip.
Let's. So units as well, because we're not savages.
No,
We weren't born in the woods.
no, we use salt and pepper.
So we have to say 16.1 centimeters. And here we are, ladies. That's it. Good luck with all your revision, all your exams. Have a fabulous week. Keep revising, and we'll see you whenever you're back, sir.
Recognize.
Just recognize from sir, and I think that is deep enough. We'll let you go. Bye.